What's good, Joey? It's got my ass kicked.
And welcome, one and all, back to another edition of the That Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Marcus. Hey, you were joining me live in the That Comedy Studios. I'm alone, but I'm never alone. I'm with my boy, Joey LoFaro. Joe, say hello to the people.
I can't get my beard to unslant. This is frustrating me.
Okay, stop sleeping on that one side. That's how you fix that situation. It'll clean itself up every now and again. All right, we got special guests this week, Joey. We have on the CPMMA fight line, we have the entirety of CPMMA.
The whole CPMMA fight team.
Hey.
What's going on, fellas?
What's good, yo?
What's up?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Who we got on there, Joey?
We have back Josh Peters of CPMMA along with Pianki, you guys saw a few weeks ago. We are also joined by Sergio Andrade and Barry Barrientos. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I didn't even have to ask them before the show.
What's going on, yo?
What's going on, man? Yeah,
We are. Remember, we are still promoting shaving your balls with Ball Shaver 9000, whatever that little doohickey is.
Just smooth my balls, Turf Chopper 340.
Hey, man, whatever pays the bills, right? Yep.
The CPMMA Fight Razor of the Year.
Yes. And when you got to cut that last ounce.
Get yourself a Turf Chopper 3.0. Oh, man, Joey.
I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go.
Oh, man, our guest's going to be coming in and out this week.
That's because they got a fight. They got fights to promote.
They got fights
coming up. They're all training hard, but they still wanted to come on and tell us all about the fun combat that is occurring in the coming weeks.
Okay. Miyagi, what you got going on, man? What's got coming up?
I got a fight coming up this Saturday in Miami, the Icon Fights. So we're actually going to be flying out on Thursday. Super excited. I'm actually in the middle of my weight cut, get my last little bit of, intense training in. And, yeah, man, I'm feeling good, feeling ready for this. Even though a lot of stuff has been going on in my life in general, I'm just taking it all with a smile. I'm gonna take it home another W.
All right, that sounds good to me, man. Kick ass, take names, win belts. That's what I'm talking about. That's the lifestyle of CPMMA in College Park, Maryland.
Yes, sir.
What you got coming up, man?
All right, so March 26th at TCB up in Manassas. I'm going up for 115. I'm fighting again. Trying to get some sponsorships actually for everybody up here. It's a little spot called Tacos a la Madre. It's a small business. They're really good tacos. They're in College Park, and just trying to get sponsored by them. They're with everything. I'm just trying to get back to the title shot again.
Send us that link, bro.
Yeah.
We will make it our mission to get them sponsoring you.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Barry? What you got coming up, bro?
April 2nd, I make my MMA debut for Stellar Fights out in Harrington, Delaware. Been super pumped for this. Pretty much, it's been a dream ever since I've been a kid to eventually fight. And I was a gymnast for the past 7 years for Washington Adventist University. I was a part of the acrobatics and gymnastics team there. They've been around since the 40s, the 50s. And it's kind of prepared me for being, I guess, an athlete in this type of sport, in this type of dynamic. So super pumped.
Yo.
Coach Josh here changing my life. Come down from 255, now fighting at 170. So
I gave him an abortion.
Yeah, pretty much. I lost a whole kid.
Okay.
Which, by the way, shout out to Planned Parenthood for helping us out with Pianki's fight. Yeah, actually, Planned Parenthood, they decided to sponsor us. And we're going to be entering the kind of like a den of evil. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I need you guys to explain.
Yeah, so it doesn't go out on you. There you go.
As you told it to me, I was really disappointed that I'm stuck at home during all this.
Yeah, surgery, right?
The worst fight to miss, because as you know, I'm 90% audacity, and y'all have the nerve to go to the most freaking audacity fight that you've had yet. Well, explain to me why Planned Parenthood is sponsoring.
All right, so we had an offer to fight this weekend. It's actually going to be a double hitter, so there's going to be two different events going on. I believe I was told one by Anthony Pettis' organization and one by Jorge Masvidal's organization. So I was told that one of them was, I really love Anthony Pettis. I've actually trained up at his home gym at Rupert Sport in Wisconsin several times. I know a lot of people there. I'm really cool with them. So I was like, man, I'd like to go fight on his organization. But the other organization was for a charity. So as you guys know, I run Cyber Ninjas Global Inc. And so I'm thinking, hey, there's already a charity event there. That means there's going to be people with money. So I can be like, hey, yo, I run, I can win the fight and be like, yo, I run a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It's themed for the kids. It helps underrepresented children. Cyber Ninjas Global Inc. hit us up. And then after we signed the contract, we found out that the charity, quote unquote, was actually more of a CPAC thing for Donald Trump,
Okay.
Tucker Carlson,
Okay.
and Sean Hannity.
Wow.
So it's like the trifecta of evil that I'm going to. So it's not going to be a real friendly crowd for us. So we told Planned Parenthood, like, yo, we're going up there. We're going to make some noise. I'm going to be black and proud. I'm going to be progressively proud. And they're going to hate it, and we're going to love it. And so they were like, you know what, we're down with that. So they gave us to go to use their logo, and they gave us their support. So we're going out there to kick ass and take some names and hopefully change some hearts.
There you go. There you go, man. Hey, you know what? Planned Parenthood does the same thing as CPMMA, just knocking people's babies out. It's just a matter of when.
Marketing them as an alternative abortion center? That's fucked up. Jesus Christ.
It's a matter of timing, Joey. You got either you wait 18 years to punch that baby, or you start before they get here. That's all it is.
I need to circle back on something. I need you guys to understand how crazy Barry being a gymnast is. Barry, how tall are you?
6'2".
Jesus.
When have you heard of a gymnast over 6 foot?
We were a gymnast over 5 foot. What is that?
It took a whole lot of falling and getting back up.
Hey.
In my Batman voice. Like, it was a weird transition from playing contact sports, from football and lacrosse, to like having to be sidelined my senior year. And then I saw that the cheerleaders got free food at halftime. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm about to be on the field, still watch the game, and eat this pizza. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up falling in love with the actual gymnastics portion of cheerleading. Mind you, I hate cheerleading. I'll put that on the record right now. And I've been a cheerleading coach. I'm a gymnastics coach right now. I'm an acrobatics coach first and foremost. I actually have the United States' first 12 to 19 age group trio to place in podium at Worlds this past week at Baku and Azerbaijan. I butcher names all the time. So
what did they
we just got some recognition from ABC, or not ABC, NBC News. Okay. They're going to come back, and right now we're pretty much top 3 gym in the nation. So, I get to toot my own horn for a little bit, but every time I come in here, I get my ass kicked, so I stay humble. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way to do it.
There you go, man. Definitely proud of you guys on that one, man. That's an amazing accomplishment. I personally have one tumbling award. That's when I fell down and people clapped when I got back up. It only works sometimes.
It's a lot of trial and error going upside down.
There you go. Oh man, yeah, man. But definitely, guys, we want to get the word out. That comedy will definitely put up. If y'all got flyers and things for your fights coming up, definitely get them to us, because we want to get the word out so you all can get some support and kick people's ass on the larger scale, because that's what we're about here.
I'm also selling fight shirts. I got my first merch thing ready. So
okay,
$30 a shirt, a Nappy Ninja shirt. It has the Nappy Ninja logo on it, and our supporters on the back of it. So
Oh, the Dot County podcast already has orders in. We're going to do an episode wearing those.
Yeah.
Our guest is going to be very
Let's do it.
confused. It'll have nothing to do with them, but we're going to wear them when they come in. And just
What's
be
your
like, hey,
Instagram?
there you
My
go.
Instagram- oh yeah, no. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or email me, whatever. My Instagram is at the Nappy Ninja. Y'all should already know that. Facebook, Pianki, aka the Nappy Ninja Zimmerman, and yeah, you just look up Pianki Zimmerman on Facebook and then hit me up, and I'll get you a shirt.
Awesome.
I do a little bit better promoting myself because I am a coach. _ McTwist for all your tumbling and coaching needs. If you want to hit me up, I teach you how to flip. And then my fight page is _ 007 _ MMA. You know what I'm saying? Follow.
I
Sergio,
gotta do
what's
this
your
slower. I
Instagram?
got to type this in real time.
My Instagram obviously is the most Hispanic name ever at Don Rubencito.
Amiga.
That's
That reminds me of that rap song.
my middle. For the record, my middle name is Ruben, and I just put the Cito at the end. Don Rubencito.
Must be
On Facebook, you can find me. It's just Sergio Andrade. Also, during the day or morning, I teach students in like the math department, and then I kick ass in the evening. So
There you go.
that's
We're Power
Good.
Rangers, basically.
right.
That's the crazy thing.
Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yeah. Let's see. Ruben Cito.
DonRubenSito.
Y'all have to
Ruben
message me
Cito.
later. I can't.
Ruben.
Cito is like
Oh, Don Ruben Cito. Oh yeah, so D-O and
Cito is like a little boy.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll get those up. Joey's working with
Send those to me because usually we do this ahead of time.
Yo, my man,
And this
hold
week
up.
we're
Yeah,
all last minute.
y'all put the transformer
you just
This
sounded
is
like
Josh's
you
fault.
sounded like Starscream.
right.
My lord, Megatron, you want Megatron?
it may have glitched up for a second.
Podcast right now. The ghetto version.
Yeah, something's up with the audio.
Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Fight team.
Can you hear me well, Joey?
Go follow them.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, everything sounds fine to me.
Can you guys?
Leprechaun going over there.
Does it sound better now?
It might be on our end or something. I
Yeah,
don't
if
know.
you're using the phone, it may glitch out.
Yeah, you're using a phone.
Is he on the gym's Wi-Fi or on a mobile network?
I think it's on the gym's Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah, that happens on
Oh,
phones.
you're clear now.
We're good.
Now you're clear. Cool.
It happens on phones. Yeah, we've had that.
I
We've
mean,
had
you can
that
clear the
problem.
whole time to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, y'all had the Decepticon filter for us.
Literally sounded like you were trying to call Megatron back to life.
right.
Oh man, but yeah, man, guys, we are definitely proud of you guys, and we will definitely get the support out for you. Joey,
Bianchi, Sergio, you two are on the ladders. You guys got the fight coming up.
All right.
I'm gonna jump in. Me and Barry will be there talking for 5 seconds.
I guess that happens. Coach comes up and says, "Get your ass going." Then you
They
get
have to put in work.
Yep.
Hey, Josh.
What's going on? Yeah, Sergio is on the fight next week, so they got go back to the salt mines.
I understand completely. Oh man, but Joey, guess what I got to do this week, man?
what you got to do?
I got to go. Okay, now I'm gonna sound racist. I'm gonna sound racist. I know it's gonna sound bad.
What? He
Okay.
went to a white person's house and put some salt on their food.
Oh, hell no.
DJ Marcus decided he was gonna take a trip, and not just any trip. He took a trip to Puerto Rico, where he got to spend 4 lovely days on the island nation of Puerto Rico, Americanized as possible. Because I don't know how I ended up at a Walmart. It was probably the weirdest situation. Yeah.
I know the Walmart you're at 'cause I was in Puerto Rico a few years ago.
It's only one.
There's
It's
only
only-
one.
There's one literally on the island.
They got one Walmart on there.
Yeah, and to the island is what, an hour to drive from like north to south or whatever it is.
It takes you like getting from the airport to the villa we were staying in took 40 minutes to go one way.
That's not bad.
No, you don't understand these 40 minutes. These aren't 40 city minutes, Joey. You're not seeing things when you're driving for these 40 minutes.
Oh.
It's just bushes. And it was a nighttime, so you couldn't even see houses. So it's just a bunch of me driving through what I would, me not trying not to be racist once again, me driving through the jungles of Puerto Rico. It was just me. It was me.
Did anyone hit you?
No, thank Jesus, because I that was a fear going into the whole thing. But yeah, man, it was a fun experience. I've never left the country. I've never left the continental United States, as it's stated. So this is the first adventure. I came back. I feel good about it. So guess what? I'm gonna do it again.
You seem much brighter and cheerier.
Oh my God!
So I'm saying, how dangerous you trying to get?
Okay.
Are you trying to fuck around and find out?
No, Josh.
No, Josh. He's black. They don't do that.
We don't do that.
No, I'm just saying though, like, we could go check out like Bosnia.
No.
Or like, I heard that it's really interesting. It's actually probably pretty cheap to get to right now. You've heard of it? Ukraine.
if we get to Ukraine.
Too bad of a time.
I mean, you'll get your training in.
Yeah, facts. We don't have to fight.
But you got to remember, they're not letting black people back out of Ukraine now. So
No, I mean, I didn't say if you want to come back. I just say you're trying to go somewhere.
Trying to go. Yes, I understand completely. No, not me. I'm good with the island of Puerto Rico. The next trip is going to be the U.S. Virgin Islands.
St. Thomas.
Yo, St. Thomas lit.
I went to St. Thomas for my 4-year anniversary with my girlfriend last year. Beautiful. I didn't want to come back.
Man.
Yo, also, what else will probably work really well? The Dominican Republic. If you're into cocaine,
I'm fine.
If you're into cocaine,
yo, my ex's mom got offered cocaine by a cab driver in the Dominican Republic.
That sounds about right.
Hey, I had that happen in Miami. So
Hey,
I got
got
offered cocaine by a cab driver with my mom. So that was a different.
So did you get it
in Northwest DC? I don't know. You don't have to go that far to get cocaine.
No, go to Baltimore, and it's like going to the jungle anyway.
Pretty much. Oh man, but yeah, man. So we went down there. Now, Joey, I am a 37-year-old man.
Yes.
You know this. You know that I sleep early, I rest late, and I don't stay out too late. Somehow I ended up with 27-year-olds, and we were at a night at some club, bar, casino, hodgepodge, quinceanera until 5 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds about right, though.
I don't know how I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
It don't matter. You're on the island.
Ate my baby daddy.
I needed this.
And then I took 3 ibuprofen, and I was good for the whole day.
You was hurt.
Hold on, I'm back 1 second.
You were hurt.
Oh yeah, man. I felt all the cramping coming into my legs.
Literally, when I went to St. Thomas, the first thing people told us was, don't worry about being late. You're on island time.
Yo.
I was like, island time? What's that? They were like, you'll find out.
It's like Bianchi colonized someplace.
Oh, fuck.
You don't even have to like show up and shit. You just like wander in. Hello, welcome to the island of Wakanda.
Right, for real.
For those who are not in on the inside joke, Bianchi has a reputation with punctuality.
Learning this ability about being on time. It's probably like, I don't know, from like, well, his mom's really straight edge. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe he just accidentally fell growing up or some shit. But literally the first time meeting his mom, I'm not in the house yet. And I'm like, come on, get out the car. And she goes, oh, he's always been slow with transitions.
I can imagine.
I'm going to talk all this shit about Bianchi. He's not even here to defend himself. Even better.
Bianchi has a little kid. Bianchi. Just moving. What's that animated movie? Zootopia, the sloth. Yeah. Security guard. That's hilarious. Wow. That's Bianchi.
Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah. Our people have an issue with time.
No. There might be CP time, but his shit's like a different time zone. I taught in elementary schools in Northeast DC. I know about it. This is just like some next level training shit. He conditioned himself.
He conditioned himself to be that late.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, man, Joey, I got to tell you about this club. Okay. Now, you and I have gone to nightclubs in Adams Morgan, and we've had raves. We've done different things in life. You've never been to a club until you've gone to one in Puerto Rico. Okay.
Hey.
So there was one. We went into it. I thought it was a bar. Okay, that was the first level of this place. You walk in, it's a bar. They let you in. They pat you down. They check your ID. Well, they don't check IDs. Drinking age is 18, so I was seeing like 16-year-olds running down the street drunk.
That sounds like
it was ridiculous. So we walk in the bar. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's a little laid back, little bar. You got seats and chairs and everything. And so we start walking, and then we go through this door, and all of a sudden, Puerto Rican pride music comes on, and you just see people merengue dancing all over the place. And I'm like, okay, where we walk into? Because this wasn't the bar we were just at, because that was laid back and that was cool. So then we keep walking through this area, and we walk into this back area where it becomes a rave. And there's people doing coke. There's people obviously on ecstasy. And there's drunk people just throwing their hands up in the air and waving them. I don't know.
And then there's DJ Marcus.
And then DJ Marcus is standing there going, where the fuck did I go?
Without me, Marcus. Without you.
Yes. Hey, man, I told my girl, I told all our friends, hey, guess what? This is going to be a trip we take together. Because here's the thing. Going down there, I found all the places we should and shouldn't go. So there's like we're gonna go for like 3 or 4 days.
That means he's gonna keep me out of a couple of the fun ones.
Oh no, we're gonna go to fun ones. We're gonna go to the things you think are fun. We found it like the last day we were there. We found a stretch of beach that was like for locals because it had little like stands and everything where they were cooking their meats and they were making pina coladas on the side of the road. It was like the most beautiful country, like really backwards place to go, but it was the most beautiful beach. I'll show you a video of it. I didn't post any of it on Instagram or anything because I'm about taking my own vacation.
Was it like a little like sea cup, almost like it had like a cove or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a little cutout area, and it was weird because the ocean was like divided there. So like it was
like the United States.
It was huge waves on one side of the barrier, and then it's like a wading pool where just kids and families were just all having fun. And I was like, this is beautiful. Too bad I'm leaving in 15 minutes.
We clearly need one of you guys to schedule a fight down there so we can go down to attend.
I actually was very close to a couple of years ago to getting Bianchi and Jamal a fight down there or over there or wherever there is.
Down and over.
Down and over, yeah. Yeah.
Down over there.
And I found out cockfighting is a thing down there. Like everyone cockfights.
That shit's fucked up with them little razors they put under feet and those things are fucking angry ass dinosaurs. And I definitely think they give those chickens coke before they do that shit.
Yeah, they do. They do because the dealer. We went to the casino. The dealer. They closed the casino at the lodge we were at the hotel we were at 2:00 in the morning. So when I was sitting there playing, and the dealer goes, "Hey guys, I gotta go home and feed the chickens."
Do I get to have the wings of the bird that loses?
Hey, you know it was fresh.
Yeah, it'd be fresh. It'd be fresh chicken.
Yep.
But yeah, man, he's like, I gotta go feed them, and I was like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, because when they fight better when they're fed. I was like, huh? What the fuck? What the hell is going on?
Wow.
This is him at work telling me this. So this is how you know no one cares about the shit down there. And I was like, all right, man. I
after this.
I gotta send you a picture of the pork chop I ordered, Joey.
This is true.
Pork chop you ordered?
The pork chop I ordered. The pork chop was 26 ounces.
Oh shit! Damn, I think you gave me a chubby.
That sounds. I need to be. That sounds scary because I don't know how you make that much pork chop taste good.
It was basically bacon and pork chop mixed together.
Oh,
into loveliness. You would have had a pork fat heart orgasm. I wouldn't say heart attack. You would have jizzed.
Leveled up 6 levels that day.
Yes,
that would have been like Mario eating the mushroom.
Yeah. Oh man, it tasted everything tasted amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it would because I'm like not a fan of like certain things. Like I don't like tomatoes. I don't like certain spices. But then everything.
Are you a picky eater?
Huh?
Are you a picky eater?
Not as
Yes.
picky.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm picky. All right, fine, fuck it. I'm picky.
That's-
I once was told by him any cheese that is not Kraft is bougie.
Yes, it is. That is not a lie. You over there eating
Oh,
your
man.
Gruyere. You over there
Oh
eating
man,
Gruyere.
we're gonna go traveling together. I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna change your whole perspective on everything.
Hey, I'll take it. I am officially not a travel virgin anymore, so therefore I'm open for the world.
Well, I am, and
Well, that's
the
what she
travel
said.
I had done melted away. I am in the solitude of solitudes.
Yeah.
I was so in lockdown that it snowed somehow.
Yeah.
In the midst of 70-degree weather, we had a random snow day just because of how locked in my house I've been.
It snowed. That was crazy.
That show was ridiculous on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was completely uncalled for.
So here's the fun part, though.
God just doesn't like this area.
Man. And on top of that, it's like, what was it? It was so like goddamn warm today, and now already it's like 50 degrees or some shit.
Oh wow. Yeah, it was getting colder when I came in the house.
I had my so I was stuck at home. I had visits from my mom who brought a casserole.
Okay.
My girlfriend's mother who brought pepper soup and came in the snowstorm to redress my wound because she's a nurse and was adamant about it, that she had to do it.
Okay.
Damn.
You wanted to see your junk, Joey.
And then
I'm adamant about that.
No, we worked our way around that. And then my girlfriend's sister and her husband and child came later. And then the following day, we got the visit from the brother. So I had a lot of visitations. And this is the first time they're coming to my house, and I can't do anything about it to like make the house look better. Because
Man, look, you have all your painkillers. You should have taken like an extra dose. Be like, fuck it, let it ride. Listen,
I have not taken one pain pill since I've been home.
On my way to your house.
through your mouth or any orifice.
Through any orifice.
I'm on my way over, Joey, because this life needs those. I have a life of pain that I've come back to since getting off of that island.
You trying to make some money?
Yeah, pretty much.
I already have that all figured out.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Oh, man.
But I need the proceeds to pay taxes. Because I found out I'm going to owe for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, 1099 suck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were 1099 this year.
Oh, man. I just paid.
Fuck Chop Dog Incorporated. Fuck them. They suck. They weren't worth it when I was working there. They're not worth it now.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Tell us how you really feel.
Joey's good at burning those bridges. Joey
I
throws
have nothing
that.
left to burn. I'm not waiting on them for any documentation. I'm paid out, and they suck. I handed them a done job in September. They didn't launch until January. Why? Because they suck.
They didn't.
When I was working with them, hey, how can we do more business with you? Now they're like, get me the fuck out of here.
Well, that's trash, Joey.
And I know that because people are still bitching about working there. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
I mean, do they pay well?
No.
No.
What the fuck are people doing there then?
Honestly, they turn over employees every 3 months.
Oh my God. Sounds like nursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
So they're is everyone full time now?
Huh?
Is everyone full time there now? Because I remember it was part time.
If I know.
Oh, you don't talk to anybody?
They're all on short time because it's about to go under.
Oh well, hey.
Do they have a physical location? Just like we could burn an effigy there or something?
Nope. Somewhere in Philadelphia.
We could get some chickens and have a cockfight outside the studio or something, like, then rub some blood over the door.
What?
I don't know why that took that turn, Josh.
That's really weird.
I'm trying to connect your travel life experiences to Joey.
That's a weird way to connect those. That's what I'm saying about that.
I'm with it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Hey.
Exactly. Some headless chickens, some Haitian voodoo. We can do this shit.
Oh, I don't fuck with voodoo. Nah.
Voodoo.
Then I gotta get kissed by Meghan Markle. No.
That was one of my favorite scenes in Dogma, where they're like voodoo. No one believes in voodoo. He comes back with a gun, but I do believe in this and shoots everyone.
Pretty much. Yeah, man. It's Joey. I'm sorry. You're still up on the shelf. The Joe
and then I can wean off of crutches.
Okay.
But with all that salt in his bacon, he's well preserved. Oh, here. All right, guys. Gloves, shin guards, get tie pads, and a partner.
I think it's time for a break.
Yeah, I think it is time for a break.
Yeah, we can do a little musical intermission.
We'll be back with more fun and more thrills in a minute. On the back.
Say what it is. Yeah, and every one of these people smells. Like bad. Real bad. Yeah, look at that. Damn. Arm and Hammer got a motherfucker.
I'm gonna mute them.
Yep. Ever told on a nigga? Nope. Ever squeezed a trigger? Yep. Ever set a nigga up? Nope. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck? You a sap? Nope. You a boss player? You a Mac? Yep. Let me hold a couple dollars. Nope. Y'all still be popping y'all collars? Yep.
And we're back on the That Comedy Podcast. This segment of That Comedy Podcast is brought to you by Smooth My Balls. That's right, the Smooth My Balls Church Chopper 3.0, the That Comedy and CPMMA Shaver of the Year. You getting ready for a fight? You getting ready for love making? In 2022, you got to keep it smooth. Get yourself a Smooth My Balls Church Chopper 3.0. You get 20% off when you use the That Comedy code on your screen right now and also on our link tree. You need to get yourself one of these because I know Joey LoFaro smooth, even with a bad hip. And DJ Marcus is smooth all over. That's right. I just came back from Puerto Rico, and the mamacitas love it, baby. They love it, and they'll love you. Get yourself a Smooth My Balls Church Chopper 3.0. And we're back in the That Comedy Podcast. Joey LoFaro, DJ Marcus, the CPMMA family. Joey.
Hey, we're back. Our balls are smooth and our punches are hard. What's up? The punches aren't the only thing that landed hot.
Oh, Josh is one of my favorite guests. I swear to God. Josh.
Because he gets it.
Smooth My Balls, sponsored by Kenny G. When both the jazz and the balls are smooth.
There you go.
That's what it sounds like too when you're using it. You know, the heavy saxophone music and the trimmer going across your nutsack.
Oh man, Josh. So Josh,
yo, along that link tree, where's like your OnlyFans account?
We don't have an OnlyFans yet. We're
We
working
call
on
it Only Balls.
Only
balls.
Yo, I'm starting this shit in like 2 minutes. It doesn't take that long.
All right, Josh. So CPMMA is doing big things, man.
Oh, we're trying. We are having a ridiculous day. Say hi, everyone. Hey.
You're looking a little sadder than usual. There's usually more energy in this room.
Josh has been
They have
yelling.
no idea even who they're saying hi to. That's one of the coolest things about the internet is that you can say hi, everyone. Everyone's like instantly, hey, hi. They could be a fucking clan meeting going on behind. I don't give a shit. They're like, whatever. I'm gonna say hi. Shout out to the hood, like the white one on your head.
Oh no.
Oh man, but yeah, man, we get an inside look at CPMMA, Joey. We haven't we sponsored by them for a number of months, but we have never gotten a good look inside.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that doesn't work well.
A lot of work has been done there to make it a
What?
home for
It doesn't matter.
wayward youths.
okay.
Yeah. So
We're waiting to see the new page of CPMMA.
you know what this is gonna turn into? It's gonna be like that 1980s SNL with the coffee talk ladies. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't punch each other.
I got a bunch of jokes.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Josh, can you tell us a little more about the fights coming up?
Yeah.
So we have a really busy schedule. Bianchi Zimmerman's fighting at Icon Fights this Saturday, March 19th, which also happens to be a fucking seat pack fundraiser. So we have Planned Parenthood sponsoring part of this. That's gonna be on our banner and shirts. Sergio Andrade is fighting at TCB, Thai Championship Boxing, in Manassas, Virginia, on the next following week. Barry has his MMA debut at Stellar Fights in Delaware on April 2nd.
Is that an amateur debut or a pro debut?
Amateur. No, amateur. Sergio and Barrett's amateur. Sergio probably has, actually, honestly, unless he wants to do MMA, which he'll do a couple amateur fights, he has probably less than 6 months left of being an amateur fighter. Then he's going to go pro in Muay Thai and boxing.
Okay.
For Bianchi, this is his 12th, 15th pro fight.
Okay.
And still can't show up on time. He's like an amateur in that division. But we're also currently looking. We're actually looking for sponsors for the gym, both for product and monetary sponsorship, as well as a new place, because you can say this place is packed. I told everyone, like, gloves and shin guards, no one can see you. That, by the way, Sergio, he just got out of the ice detention facility, and that's how he can't tell. That. His theme song is Ice Ice Baby. But yeah, no. So we have a whole lot of shit going on at this place. So give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Okay.
You can watch.
So it's time for the real hero.
All right.
What's good? Back. Psych now.
All right. So here's what I'll mute them.
You can also remove them from the stream until they're back.
Okay. I mean, people may want to watch them fight in the background.
Okay.
That could be fun, Joey. You never know. Somebody get knocked out, then we just see it and just go, oh, just like real commentators. Man. But yeah, Joey, man, it's been a long week, man. You've been in the house. Has your lady been taking care of you? She's
been taking too much care of me to the point where I'm worried about her and her safety. She needs a break from me.
Nice. Hey man, it happens that way. I mean, she's being the best lady she could be for you, and I'm happy. I'm happy you got someone there with you. Yeah, because that would have been me if we still lived together.
I did not deserve the level of care I've received so far. It is far above and beyond anything I've earned at this point. So,
well, I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm glad you're on the men too, man. We need you back in these streets. We need to get you out here, and so you can get this work done.
Well, I gotta be back on my feet by April because, as we mentioned on our last episode, comedy shows near me is starting up, and we will have our very first show April 7th.
Yes,
at McGinty's Pub in downtown Silver Spring.
Yep.
We have an amazing lineup. We have some people who've been on the podcast are on that show. Hetty Sandberg's going to be on that show. D-Lo is going to be on that show. Jesse Rivas is going to be hosting that show. It's going to be absolutely fire. And Tommy Taylor Jr. is headlining. I just gave you 3 really funny people, and none of them were even the headliner. So this show is going to be lit. We're also have a couple other really funny people on that. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic night. And with promo code .comedy, your first 2 tickets are only $5. So
awesome.
There's no excuse to not come out and support local comedy in a new scene at an amazing venue with amazing food and drink. I can tell you there's not a single bar or pub you're going to see a comedy show at that has better food or drink than McGinty's.
McGinty's is good, man. McGinty's is good as far as food wise. We've been going there for years. Like I remember Chef Dave was the first person to take me there. He's Irish, so I kind of figured he would take me somewhere like that. But then it was like I got there and it was actually good. It was one of their DJ nights.
They're not just like a regular pub. Like they have legit legit gourmet food there.
Yeah, it is. It was amazing.
And one of the few places I've had something with squid ink. If they got squid ink on the menu, you know it's some bougie shit.
Yeah. Josh, how's it going, man?
Man, we're chilling. I got them all working. Well, most of them.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, so, right now, so I guess give you an idea. So I'm a big believer in structure, being a former school teacher. So in general, all my classes have themes that run for a month, and then things are structured under that. We do some variations, though, depending specifically if someone has a fight or something coming up. And we happen to have a lot of information on Desmond Green, who is Bianchi's opponent, who is like 4-2 or 5-2 in the UFC.
Okay.
So there's a lot of video on him, so we know what his tendencies are. So we're just kind of putting the final touches on sort of what we want our reactions and our thought process to be inside the cage.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like leaving things to chance.
So when Bianchi kicks him in the side of the head.
Yep. Shit, we're gonna take him in the nuts. We'll take that one foul. We're gonna start calling Bianchi the nappy cup check.
It's not gonna be good, Josh. When that happens, and then we play this back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look. Then you just call me Mystic Malk because I predict these teams.
I just want you guys to come back safe. That's my
Yeah, we want y'all to go down safe, come back, kick ass, come back. That's what we want.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome, man. Well, I'll tell you, you listen on the Fight Pass. We're gonna shout you guys out. .com Comedy Pass, comedy near you or comedy in your area or Metro Beltway. What?
Comedy shows near me.
Comedy shows near me. There you go. It may not mean be near them because this fight will be in Florida, but it might be one day when they come visit DC.
To go.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe this website starts going like you build something that actually becomes like a nationwide thing.
Yeah.
Like comedy shows near Ukraine. So that's not gonna be that funny.
Well, that's the next piece of it, but they certainly can partake and enjoy the .comedy podcast. That we are everywhere. We found out that we have a strong listenership in Canada, so shout out to our Canadian listeners.
Hey, literally,
Hey. We actually know what, Joey. I've been meaning to shout out a listener for months now.
Oh, who's that?
And I've not done it. And I apologize for not doing it until this time. Mrs. Chef Dave, we want to say hello.
Chef Dave.
Oh yeah,
Chef Dave's lady.
Chef Dave. F him, but
F
Mrs.
Chef Dave. But Mrs. Chef Dave is the bee's knees, as the white people say it. Yeah, we want to shout her out, man. She's a definite great listener. She's given me some feedback. She said a lot less Kandyce. So you notice in 2022 we have a lot less Kandyce.
You're breaking up, Cotton.
Huh? What about Cotton? What?
Their signal's going bad again.
Oh shit!
I think it's your Wi-Fi, Josh.
Yeah.
We can hear each other fine. We can hear you fine.
Joey just turned into a black man. Got the bass in his voice.
Oh Jesus, Joey. But yeah, man, it's definitely good to have.
I for real can't understand anything. It's all like garbled and like staticky.
Yeah, that's the Wi-Fi you're connected to. Try to connect to the mobile signal. It usually works better.
They had that problem earlier.
Yeah.
You've confirmed that's on y'all.
That's on y'all end. All right. So what I'm gonna do until y'all get back up is I'm gonna mute.
Here we go.
Is it better?
Oh, much better. Then what you do? You just like tickled your balls or something.
Yeah, we smoothed our balls. Now
you see. This is what happens. You smooth your balls, and all of a sudden your voice gets smooth. You're understandable, right?
That's how it works. Oh man, but yeah, man, Joey, this world is getting crazy, dude.
Yes,
the world is getting crazy. We got a whole lot of shit still going on over in the Ukraine.
I'll be right back.
All right, here, I'll put him on mute. Oh, he muted himself. Good. Yeah, man, we still got a bunch of shit going on in Ukraine, Joey.
Yes, we do. We also have shit going on in Russia and here.
Yeah, man, and it's all
and in space.
And in space. But Joey, one thing before we're gonna take this break real quick, man. But okay. there was one thing I could not understand is gas prices in Puerto Rico. They didn't make sense to me.
How much were they?
It was $113 per liter.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. And I still don't know. Like it was like 106.
Are you sure it's $113 per liter?
And it was like it ended up being like 106 a gallon.
That's not how that works.
Who the fuck you telling, Joey?
They use American dollars, Marcus. That doesn't make any sense.
That math, it didn't add up. I'm not telling you lies, Joey. I would not do that to you.
You sure it wasn't $1.13 a liter?
No, the decimal point was way off, man. It was 113.1. Yeah, I thought it was
all a bad sign.
They were all bad.
How much a gallon?
They were all bad then because I saw a bunch of them. Like those were mostly Shell stations. Like all the Shell stations had that sign.
How much did it end up being?
It ended up being like $1.50 a gallon.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I'm moving. That means I'm moving to Puerto Rico. Is what it means.
Basically, because
we're moving to Puerto Rico. The gas is $1.50 a gallon, and we're already in the tropics. We're already on vacation.
Hey,
problem solved.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, Joey, and get into the rest of these facts, man. We're gonna get into some news going on in the world. But you know what? In celebration of my trip, you know what? I'm playing a good song, Joey. You want to hear it? Here it goes.
Yes.
Play it.
Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte, te lo juro por mi gente, te juro que un día llegará. And we won't stop, we always know we make it, even though you play it, we still made it to the top.
And we're back on the Dad Comedy Podcast. This segment of the Dad Comedy Podcast is brought to you by Tappy Card. That's right. Looking for an innovative way to get your information out to people. You don't need a card anymore. You need a plastic paper, some bullshit you got to keep 1,000 of in your pocket. Get your ass a Tappy Card. You get yourself a Tappy Card, and guess what? You have moved yourself into the 22nd century. That's where Joey LoFaro is. That's where DJ Marcus is. We are in the fucking future. You take your Tappy Card, you tap it on someone's phone, it sends your information right to them. You need one, I need one, everybody needs themselves a good goddamn Tappy Card. Tappy Card, get one on the .comedy link tree, and I think you get a 10% off at next purchase of the Tappy Card. And if you don't get a 10% off, call Joey LoFaro. Joey LoFaro give you 10% off right out of his pocket.
That is not
10% off and 100% off your nuts. I'm back, bitches. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, this has a number of attachments. So if you want 10% off, 20% off, 50% off, it can do that. You can do little designs, maybe like put a little cow above your scrotum, maybe have some love lines or instructions.
Why would you
smooth my balls? We'll make it happen.
We're on a different process.
It's a different sponsor, Josh.
We're going back to Smooth My Balls.
Okay, well, I guess we went back to Smooth My Balls, Josh.
When you throw that right, don't step forward into it. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The rest of the podcast is Josh going to be looking disappointed at his students.
But yeah, man, Joey, the world is this past week has been just continuously moving in the bad direction. You
know what's moving in a bad direction for?
What's that?
Brittany Griner.
Yes, it is. Because you sent this to me, Joey, and I was like, all right, what happened with Brittany Griner? And I was like, okay, I read the article. So it looks like she has some THC oil in her bag in Russia.
She should have bounced that right through security.
Laws about.
Yeah, they have very strict laws about drugs, which I don't understand. Why communists are so bad on drugs? Dude. A lot
of the world is like, if you go to Thailand, you're caught with that shit, you can be stuck literally in a metal box and cooked.
Oh, wow. And cooked?
Or like Singapore, you get your ass caned, like that white dude from the 90s.
Yeah, but he spray painted a bunch of cars. That was his fault. He did that.
That's destructive.
Yeah, he did that.
Hold on, I'll be back in 1 second. I don't know if you want to watch me degrade people and correct them, but I'm going to mute myself.
There you go.
I understand cannabis oil being considered like a narcotic. It's not.
It won't make you high. It just helps. It helps with pain.
Right.
She more like. But again, it's these foreign countries, man. These countries that don't subscribe to the ideal that every marijuana ain't bad marijuana.
And we're also talking about 5 to 10 years in prison.
They gave her 5 to 10. What did they finally say it was going to be?
The charge that she was accused with.
She could get 5 to 10 years.
I gave her an 8.
Well, she is an 8. She's about.
She's an athlete.
Yeah, she's a very cute girl.
And her balls are smooth.
And here's the other wrinkle. There have been a lot of allegations of planting substances on people by the Russian police.
Yeah. And I don't doubt that too tough. I think they're doing that over there, especially to Americans now. Because now they're trying to make a stand. They're trying to make a play for us. Where they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to arrest as many Americans as possible to start bargaining this Ukraine thing. We're like, hey, we'll give you back all 19,000 of these prisoners.
You know, one of the largest markets for dash cams is in Russia because of like all the people who pretend to be cops are having to pay off cops and keep records. So like, I mean, you're not dealing with a normal society even. Like, everything for them is a negotiation or a leverage piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see if Black Lives Matter.
What?
Are we going to be willing to negotiate? What's the government going to do? What can they do? Like, considering those who abandoned our consulate there.
Oh yeah, we did leave our consulate in Russia. So we're kind of leaving people ass out in Russia and Ukraine right now. We're just like,
oh man.
Well, not entirely, because Joe Biden earlier today signed a massive spending bill into law that dedicates billions to Ukrainian aid.
And that's like what, 16 American, not 16 billion Ukrainian, which is like $20.
13.6 billion in new aid to Ukraine.
Yep. Now, how much of that? I mean, you have to think. We can throw them $100 billion, but how much of that is going to translate to equipment on the ground? You know, this is a material war. It's not like some cyber fucking threat where Russia hacked the banking system a couple years ago.
Right.
This is legit shit.
Yeah, we got to get to a point where we have to stop this from happening with Russia. We need to finally figure out exactly where to really kick their ass. Because you know what I watched yesterday, Joey?
Yeah,
I watched the Kingsman, the Kingsmen.
You saw that one too?
Yeah, I watched that one yesterday.
That movie was so fucking weird.
It was the weirdest movie I've ever watched.
You didn't know what it wanted to be when it grew up.
No, it went in 30 different directions.
It was like really, really grotesquely weird at some points. Then it was like historic at other points. Then it was like really serious and dramatic at other points. And then it was silly and nonsensical at other points.
It went in a lot of different directions, but the part that me and my girlfriend
I didn't understand Digimon Hansu's role. Is he the butler? Is he the what? I don't know who he is.
He's the first Merlin for the new for all of the, like, he knew all the gadgets.
Well, I know that's what he became.
No, but you got to think, what is Merlin but a butler in the Kingsman movies that they move into?
I forgot because I couldn't remember. I had been so long since I've seen any of them.
Yeah, that's what Merlin's basic role was, just to be a butler. But they took those roles and like the people that were at the table, which is weird that they added the King of England in as a member of the Kingsmen at the end of the movie. And
that didn't make sense.
And no one treated the King of England like he was the King of England. They treated him like he was just another dude. Like he'd walk into places and no one cared.
I couldn't get the Rasputin thing. Why was he licking his leg like it was a vagina?
He gave him an orgasm from healing his leg.
It was like, who made, like, that's the point where you're just like, I don't know if I want to watch the rest of this.
I had forgotten though, like, I watch History Channel a lot, but I had forgotten that all the Marnocks at that time were all cousins.
Yeah.
Like I'd literally forgotten. I was like, hold up, they were all fucking cousins because they all fucked each other. They just found a way to get around it really quickly. And I was like, yeah, we hated our cousin. And I remember we were little and he used to pick on me. That's why I'm starting a world war. What? Because you got a little hand? Man, you got a little hand. Just be little hand.
Wilhelm was mad about his strong hand.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is the real story about how Rasputin died is way more interesting than what they did.
Yeah, I looked at it and I looked it up as I was watching it.
Like the things they did, they did try to kill him like 5 times.
Yeah. And I was telling my girl how accurate that whole the murder of Archduke Ferdinand was.
Yeah,
it was like there was an attempt earlier in the day.
The thing. They like went so deep on like real shit, but then they went so ridiculous on other shit that was real, but they faked it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think this is like Archduke Ferdinand. It's like for the simple reason we have now weapons that could literally destroy all life on this planet. And now, neither one of you so. At 43 years old, no, listen to this. Like you're talking about like the powder keg and all that shit, right?
No, we're talking about.
No, fuck it then.
We're talking about the movie The Kingsman.
Oh shit! That shit with Archduke Ferdinand. I was like stoned off my ass when I watched this. I don't remember a whole lot.
That's hilarious. He was about to go into a world war diatribe, and we were like, "No, stop! Just stop! Hold on."
I was more inclined to let him do it because it would have been funnier at the end of it.
It probably would have gone like
after he gives his whole lecture on how we're wrong about comparing it to World War I.
Nuclear fucking weapons.
All right, fine. Let's say that is the comparison. In this modern scenario, who would be Rasputin? Like, who's going to live
to Putin right now?
Finds leg.
Putin's a Russian, but Rasputin wasn't necessarily he was a bad guy, but also kind of a good guy. I mean, he's a complicated person. He was a man of many dimensions. Have you heard that song, Rah, Rah, Rasputin?
That's not him.
I think that was a Lady Gaga song.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh man, but yeah, man. So we just gotta get Putin under control if we're gonna stop this whole war from going forward. And we can't keep doing it with sanctions. We can't keep doing it with we have to do military action. That's my feeling. Boots on the ground.
I mean, now let me just put this through. So in first grade, I don't think it happened much after that. I actually had to do that absolutely stupid duck under your desk in case a nuclear bomb hits. Like I'm old enough to remember fucking doing that in first grade. This really? Is literally, and so I've lived through the fall of the Berlin Wall coming down, all the Middle East, all the shit in Latin America, and Putin is unhinged enough. Like no one goes out and says, "Hey, remember I got the fucking bomb." If you fuck with me. And this guy, he came up as a thief and a street thug. I mean, that's what he was early in life. He would rob people and he got into knife fights and all sorts of shit. This is not someone who's going to think well, maybe we shouldn't eliminate all life on Earth. If he's losing and he's trying to reestablish the old Russian Empire, I don't put it past him to say, fuck it.
Yeah. And he's going to lose. He's already pretty much losing. I mean, the only reason he did this now is because he realized he has no shot if things continue the way they're going. So,
but at what cost? I mean, what's the cost everyone else is going to have to pay to stop him?
Yeah, that's where we find ourselves right now. Is trying to figure that part out, man.
This isn't funny.
The real question becomes:
this isn't funny.
How many people in Russia are ride or die with him at this point?
Maybe 20% of the population because there's such tight control over the media there. But I don't think the majority of the population supports him. I don't even think the majority of the Russian military supports him. From my complete unexpert opinion.
I think we just need to. I think the biggest thing is going to be, who's the guy in the room with him when the button pushing conversation comes with, and do they go, no, fuck you, like that's stupid.
Have you seen his chief meetings? when he's with all his generals.
Oh yeah, and he's at that big ass desk or whatever.
He's at a big ass
riding on a bear.
No, he's at a desk, and he's alone at the head of the desk, and everyone is 30 feet of fucking.
Oh, it's like the fucking the dinner hall for the at the castle.
Yeah, it looks like that, and he's just sitting there alone. So when you go, who's in the room with him when he makes that decision? No fucking body. It's just a decision that they're gonna have to go. You know what? We're not gonna. He can hit the button all night. We ain't gonna release these nukes.
Well, I think we just gotta hope for mutiny at this point.
What safeguards do we have? So there was actually during the Cuban Missile Crisis, there's a very famous incident where we had nuclear submarines off the coast there, and the warships were using like sound to disrupt them, kind of like they're doing to the embassy in Cuba.
Yeah.
And one of the captains said, we're going to launch a fucking nuke at Cuba. And the other guy who had to sign off said, no, I'm not going to do it. This is not, enough provocation.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of that sort of safety control have, occur in Russia?
There should be.
Yeah,
there should be another person.
You got to think that there's people at least, even if they're not necessarily provided access in the room for control like that. There's at least somebody who's going to know that that's happening and go, or know that things are tracking that way. And go, well, I'm not down for this, and there probably will be a mutiny at some point. Someone's going to try to use it as an opportunity to just once he burns enough bridges.
We're hoping for mutiny. We're hoping for overthrow.
I mean,
of the government.
Do you think how much protection does it take to get to the inner sanctum of Putin and take his ass out?
Well, that all depends on how many people are on board or are loyal to him. And it's when he treats people the way he treats them, you wonder how far that's going to go, especially in the modern age. Like loyalty for the sake of loyalty is something that I think that young people are looking at as stupid more and more.
Yeah,
Like you look at and that's one of the reasons I think that Putin pulled the trigger now. He sees that he's not going to be able to sell the younger, these incoming generations on, just do what I say because I'm your elder and you're, all this other reasons to do stuff and not question it, right? The kids are going to ask questions, and he knows that he's not going to be able to get around it.
It's not necessarily the kids, like the 18, 20-year-olds. I think we have to look at that 30-year-olds. The people who are like in jobs and are in positions in the government.
Yeah.
And that's worldwide.
Everyone's going to push back on it.
We've had the international community, and you see what's happening with like the millennials have all had we went through the whole wool being pulled over our eyes shit versus how we were raised for the world was versus what we walked into into adulthood. And so most of us in the 30s are all like, fuck everybody. Like
now, how much do you think of this is the American attitude, and how much might the Russian attitude of, life is shit and whatever might affect it?
I think it's a combination of both. I think because you have the internet, you have the they have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are shut down in Russia now. But I'm saying up until now.
Yeah, there's also like Kick and
there's ways. There's ways that culture propagates, and I'm just saying the culture that has happened generationally is something that it may have started here, but it definitely is going to bleed internationally. And I think you see, the more dichotomy you get, I think the more people go, why are we following this guy? Like, what has he provided for us? And especially for a person who's like, we see somebody every week. America, we're like every 4 years, somebody's unhappy with what the president did. Get rid of him. He's had all this time to get it right.
So
how long?
What you're basically saying, it's much like how Shave My Balls gets rid of all the unnecessary shit. We need to shave down to the scrotum sack of Russia so they can actually see what's going on and take command of the situation in their hands.
There you go. We need to shave the balls of Russia. That's who we are currently.
My only concern with sending $13.6 billion to Russia or to Ukraine is not that they don't need it, but Powder Mill Road near my house has been under construction for like 7 decades. It's been under construction my whole life, and I don't understand why it's still not done.
Well, does Ukraine even have does Ukraine have even the infrastructure to accept and process this money? Like,
Right. We don't have the infrastructure. So
we don't have the infrastructure to accept this money. So obviously,
I do if they want to send it to me, but I ain't getting there.
We need to get Josh a loan from the federal government to.
Yeah, I need my PPP Ukraine loan.
It looks like you guys are fighting in a kiln. I'm just gonna say it now.
Cinder blocks all around.
All cinder blocks.
Oh man, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing turns out, Joe. Hey, they haven't instituted a draft yet, so
we could be playing Fallout the Final Edition. Do you think Bethesda is going to have this as part of their next game?
It's possible. I can see that happening. Oh man, what else going on in the world, Joe?
Well, speaking of things going all wrong, all the way wrong, the U.S. military is investing in new technologies to build large structures on the lunar surface. And it's designing a spy satellite to orbit the moon and just announced plans for a surveillance network, what it calls a highway patrol for the vast domain between Earth's orbit and the moon, known as cislunar space. Top military strategists and documents, meanwhile, now consistently refer to the region as a new realm of operations.
Isn't cis what they call straight men?
I guess I don't like that. Anytime I hear that prefix, I get annoyed instantly.
Yes.
It just bothers me. I don't know why, but this is Space Force. This is literally that TV show. This is like verbatim what they.
You know who originally proposed the Space Force back in the 90s to Clinton? Was who's the Magic Space? And Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, you think about it, the Air Force grew out of the Army when conflicts were taking place in the air.
Right.
I actually don't have a completely negative view of space. Oh, here, come here. So this is my friend Veronica, who's also like one of our training partners. She's has her own group out in Annapolis. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Veronica.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
I don't know what to do next on that.
I thought you had a take.
I'm so good at creating awkward silences.
Yeah.
See, she laughs those.
So good.
Thanks for joining us, Veronica.
Thanks for joining us on the podcast.
What do you think about Space Force?
What do I think about Space Force? Like,
we're getting an expert opinion, live witness.
The Pentagon's trying to put boots on the moon.
All right. Oh, I'll be back.
This is CPMMA at its best, Joey LoFaro. We couldn't ask for a better representation.
Yep.
Shirtless men.
I asked for this.
These shirtless men, and
now there's just a dude with no shirt on,
just flexing.
Has no idea he's on a podcast.
Nope, not one bit. He's just good walking in front of the camera. But yeah, man. You know what? I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that ass can go.
There we go. We can sit that there for a little bit. But yeah, Joey, this situation on the moon is going to be fucking hilarious. If we're going to put a lunar base on the moon, because I think that's coming next.
Yeah.
Because we've been trying to figure out how to colonize Mars for years now, and I think now is the time where we try to colonize the moon and see if we can get to Mars. Because I think the next thing is going to be, okay, we need to guard the space between Earth and Mars.
Right.
It's like, wait, how do we guard that space? There's nothing there for us to cling on to. And it's like, oh no, we're going to send patrols that just circle around the sun.
This is how the expanse happens.
Yes. And this is where we get all those weird Cajun people that sit on asteroids for no reason at all. The belters.
Fucking belters.
Damn belters.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought this was going to be a thing that I could have joined when I grew up. When I was little, I wanted to be a space fighter pilot.
Space fighter pilot?
Oh no, I wanted to be a space fighter pilot. I wanted to be an X-wing pilot. I wanted to be a.
You wanted to be Anakin Skywalker.
I didn't like this. Literally, I want to tell you this. I did not like Star Trek because they didn't have fighter pilots. So I liked Star Wars better than Star Trek when I was a kid because, like, Star Wars at least had the whole fighter pilot thing.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I was all about that. I was like, oh, I want to be Top Gun, doing that kind of stuff. So that was like, there's still a part of me that always kind of thought that was going to be a logical thing. But I'm like, I also thought that, the world was a better place than it is because I was a stupid child. Yeah. And now that I know it's a shithole, we don't need to we don't need to be on any other terrestrial surfaces until we solve our problems on this one. Is the way
I agree wholeheartedly, Joey. I agree wholeheartedly. I wish we would get them with the Earth straight before we start worrying about the moon.
Like, and we got new threats popping up every day. Like they're doing like threat assessments now. Like, okay, there's a threat assessment now being done on just the generalized by the government on just the possible threat. When you think threat assessment, you think terrorism, you think, January 6th rioters, you think, militias. No. You know what the threat they're analyzing right now is? Involuntary celibate men.
Well, they're a threat, Joey.
They're a threat, but like this is a whole new category that we have to now deal with.
Yes.
And I feel like we should deal with before we go to the moon.
Yeah, I would think so. Like, okay. Here's how we get
the aliens to come and meet these guys.
Here's how we get that's true. There we go.
Aliens. Nuke them from orbit.
And there we go. But here's what we do. I think here's how the rest of like all the movies that we watched as kids, how they got that universal peace when we were trying to figure out how did they get it to be so nice. They got rid of all the virgins. They made everyone got laid and everyone was peaceful enough to get laid. So then we were like, hey, you know what? There's no fighting anymore. Because all the frustrated males now can just go and just be happy. So the first step in that is legalizing prostitution. That's what you have to do first. You legalize prostitution.
First of all, I don't understand this term incels or involuntary celibates. Mm-hmm. How is it not voluntary? I don't understand that. Explain that to me.
Well, involuntary celibacy is when you too stupid to get laid. That's my personal
belief. Not no. That's not like a learning disability. This is choices. This is adult people making choices.
True. Josh, do you believe you have any incels at CPMMA?
You know what? We've had a couple that have come through. I mean, years ago, we've luckily been made life very uncomfortable for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, here. One let's say here. It's Veronica. What do you do?
What do I?
Well, yeah. How do people find you? She actually is a really good coach. Oh. We train together a lot.
You can find me on Instagram at Jitsu Kick.
Jitsu Kick.
Yeah, kick.
With an S.
With an S, because I'm a really good kicker, and I also do jiu-jitsu.
Awesome. Oh, no. That's awesome. So you're a coach too? All right, cool.
I am, yes.
All right. Have you fought Joss yet? That's the question.
She's a lot prettier than me too. So I mean, I like to think I'm reasonably easy to look at, but come on.
Did I do that right?
I can't hear what they're saying.
No one can, but it's provocative. Is that
correct Instagram name?
Jitsu Kicks.
With
oh yeah.
S at the end.
Kicks.
Yeah.
Y'all are killing me today.
Joey's getting a real lesson in working on things on the fly. But yeah, man, definitely we'll definitely keep that in mind. If you all if she has a poster or anything, Josh,
I'll send you some media later.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
I think that was Josh's way of saying MMA. It's not just for men.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can have boobs too, and not just man ones.
And you can learn from other women who also have boobs.
We're inclusive.
We're all inclusive here at
That's something like that.
Dot Comedy and CPMMA.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Except the fact we don't have the one woman on the show right now. But whatever. She's probably cooking something.
That is voluntary. So
yeah, that's a voluntary. She's a voluntary cell.
So the
incels.
The U.S. Secret Service National Threat Assessment Center are using a Tallahassee murder-suicide from 2018, where this guy, Scott Bierlil, signed up for a hot yoga class and told the receptionist he would wait outside.
5 on 5? What in the hell?
What?
Yeah, you went like 1985 RoboCop.
That's your
Wi-Fi again.
That's your Wi-Fi doing that again.
So this guy grabbed his ear protection and a loaded gun, walked into the classroom and opened fire. He killed 2 women and injured 4 others.
I'll be right back.
The gun on himself.
And turned the gun on himself. Okay.
If you were to kill yourself, why'd you wear ear protection?
You want your ears intact when you get to hell. You want to hear the devil tell you come welcome home. Yeah, damn it. You don't want to go down there with what you want to shoot them, but you don't want. This is such the shit they do. See, this is that crap. This is what it is. Oh, I'm involuntarily celibate. It's happening to me. He so didn't want to be responsible for his own actions that he wore shit on his ears, not so he couldn't hear the gunshots, so he didn't have to hear the people screaming while he's killing them. Oh. He wanted to remain ignorant to it until he killed himself, because there's no logical reason why. No, there isn't. I can't give him any credit for being anything less than stupid. That's where I sit with him.
And police discovered that he had a long history of hatred toward women, sexual assault allegations, and homophobic racist comments.
But here's the thing: if he had a sexual assault allegation, or he had a sexual assault allegation, he wasn't involuntarily celibate. He just was doing it wrong. You pay when you can't get, you pay. That's what they're there for.
Exactly. So it is voluntary. That's my point.
The
There's no such thing as involuntary celibacy.
True.
You don't want to pay for it because you think you have value to the world, and you don't. You're a useless piece of shit. So just kill yourself in the first place.
Well, we don't go that far, Joey. We
do.
Oh, we do? Okay.
I'm tired of this crap. Like,
you don't want them to cancel us, Joey. They
need to cancel themselves. Like, there's no reason for this crap. Like, there's no reason to be this way. Like, I don't understand where these ideas come from. I don't know why. Like, dude, I was a virgin until I was 31, mostly voluntarily, because either A, I didn't want to grow the fuck up and learn some shit, or B, I made choices that I didn't want. I wanted it to be with someone specific when it happened. So that's choices I made. Don't go out there, don't even entertain this involuntary aspect of it. It's bullshit. And anybody who thinks that should either remove themselves from the earth because we don't need their shit, or get help and stop using the term.
Because they all hate women. They have a big hatred of women in all these communities. And it's like, well, women aren't giving us what we want. Well, the thing is, you're not making yourself available for them to want to give you what you want.
They don't want, they're not desirable because they don't understand how to be a valuable person in the world.
No.
Incels?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that term because I don't believe it's involuntary. I don't understand. There's no scenario you can present me where it's involuntary.
And look, the only thing might be if you have like some degree of like autism or Down syndrome or some shit. And in which case you're not being an incel, you're being damaged.
Right. True. And or at any point in time, anyone can buy the shit.
Yeah.
You can buy Putin at a very reasonable rate. I've heard.
Putin? Wait, you can buy Putin? Or Putang?
Putang. Not Putang.
You can buy Putin at a reasonable rate. It'll be a bobblehead, but
you got a guy that looks like Putin at a reasonable rate.
it'll be him riding a bear on your desk, and you'll go boing.
Oh yeah, but yeah, man, it's. I've never understood why virgins are always so angry. I was a virgin for an unnecessary extended period of time, and I was never angry about anything.
I just rediscovered Jesus.
Hey,
I was a virgin until I was 31. Guess what? I'm still angry about a lot of shit, but it's not directed at women.
Yeah, I was.
I think it's an excuse for other shit.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
They just are not meant to propagate the human species. And that's it.
It's the evolution has evolved. Because we're not. Because there's no natural selection anymore. Because we have all this medical stuff, and so natural selection had to evolve, and so it evolved into, hey, shitty people don't get to have sex.
Yeah. Well, no. Shitty people absolutely do, but they're rich.
Yeah. You got to find some redeeming quality in order for you to have sex. Either a woman has to be able to get something from you or get something because of you. Yeah. If she's getting love and attention from you, then she's gonna have sex with you. If she's getting money from you, she's gonna have sex with you. If she's getting away from something else, she's gonna have sex with you. There's no reason for these guys to truthfully not be having sex, except for you find comfort in the arms of men. And I think that's what 90% of them are. They find the comfort in the arms of men, and they find a group of men who are like-minded like them, and they go, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get together and hate women together. Why don't you fuck each other? It works really easy. It's no ma'am. It's no ma'am for post-teens. That's what they are. They're not preteens. These are post-teens that created no ma'am. And all they do is they blame women, which is hilarious to me. I've never blamed a woman for anything that's gone wrong in my life. I've been mad at a woman for shit that's gone wrong in my life, but I've never blamed them. I've gone, hey, you know what? I share some. I'm an adult, so I share some onus of responsibility for situations. If I
what? Check this out. Talking about things going wrong. Let's look at these two idiots practicing a choke. You want to see me choke a motherfucker?
Is it one arm supposed to be under?
Look at that.
Yeah, he was about to punch him in the back of the head.
Here's the thing. Never go for a choke with
Well, this is great.
Training 101. Joey, walk us through this. What is he doing? What is he changing right now?
So one thing he's bringing that you can't really choke somebody by having your neck square. You're not gonna be able to actually squeeze them this way. You can't really get enough pressure. So what you want to do is get it in tight against the neck and pull it against it, and that creates the pressure against the carotid artery. All these chokes are really about cutting off blood flow. All right, now go to sleep.
Over there.
Now put him to sleep.
Yeah. Here. You two talk to them.
What?
All right.
Now it just looks like young.
Bianchi coaching at the moment?
Huh?
Are you coaching at the moment?
I can't hear. What'd you say?
Are you coaching at the moment?
Coaching and training, yes.
Okay. Because he just put the camera down at your crotch and said, hey, you two talk to them. It's like, wait a minute. Who's talking to who? They're still working.
Right. Now, what you guys talking about? Barry, where you at?
We were on
Barry, keep working on your choke. We were explaining.
We were explaining your choke, actually. Since you put us in there, we were explaining what you all were doing because we were audio media mostly. So we were trying to let the audience know exactly what you all were doing.
The adjustment.
Auto asphyxiation.
Yes.
Erotica. That one.
Erotic asphyxiation.
Y'all better not.
I ain't got no question that. Right? That's the brown belt. I think I put him to sleep a little too hard.
So
different reality.
So you didn't have hooks in. You were trying to give him a foot job while you were choking him. Is that what you're telling me?
Personally, I'm not into feet. I like other body parts. You know, hey, some people like feet.
But it's happening from behind, Pianki. It's just feet. You don't know.
All feet are good feet from behind.
Not in the feet. Just they don't do it for me. You know, some people like hands. You know what I mean? Some people like elbows. I like giving elbows. I don't like receiving.
There you go. What is happening?
God.
Okay, that's when.
What are you doing? Taking it
We're
back
gonna get a TVMA rating.
Yeah.
I thought that was Sergio. That's funny. I was about to hit him.
This becomes X-rated at that point. What else is going on in the world, Joe?
All right. I was actually.
I think we got one more topic.
So, Sony has halted operations in Russia. They've temporarily suspended Crunchyroll, which is, I believe, is their anime streaming service.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world is canceling Russia.
Pretty much. Did you guys see that? You guys saw that big dude who handcuffed himself to a McDonald's restaurant because they were closing that shit down? Yeah, go look it up. He was protesting. That shit was hilarious. That's the first thing I woke up to. Yeah, some big dude. He was probably like, big. He handcuffed himself.
You know who's going to be mad about the about Crunchyroll being taken away in Russia are the Russian incels.
Russian incels
jerk off to
we were just talking about incels.
Service.
Moes and yeah.
They took Pornhub. Been gone.
Pornhub already said, all right, Russia, y'all not getting none.
Like shit.
Those incels in Russia are actually losing their goddamn mind.
I mean,
that's who's going to overthrow
them. Everywhere should be losing their mind. Like, not so to pick on the Russian ones, though. You know what I mean? That's a focus. Like, incels in general, I think they need counseling. They need counseling. And like they need hugs. I think that's what it is. They need hugs.
Yeah,
I think they do.
That's a different take, P. I said that they should just go ahead and remove themselves from the earth. That was the way I felt about
it. I don't disagree at first,
but then I don't
believe in the term involuntary really applies. At any point in time, they can go buy the shit. So it's a choice. It's 100% a choice that they're making.
But see, that's why I think they need hugs because they don't get basic love, right? If you don't get basic love,
they need actual parents.
Yes, actual parents.
You'd agree. They need parents.
Need parents who love them.
Yes, and we give them hugs and tell them, you know what, like. We love you. We respect you. You know, people should respect and love you. And guess what? You should love and respect other people. That's really
just like Mom, we need snacks.
Y'all think it's a cultural thing though? Because I've coached a handful of Russian kids, and their parents scare me, and they're not even my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like they walk in the gym, like, oh shit, they here. I gotta be on my best behavior.
I understand that.
But they have an oligarch.
There's just a certain intensity that, like, if you're from Russia, you come with, and most people that I've known that are Russian or second generation, first generation Russian, they kind of carry that in their personality. So it kind of
they got videos of them like wrestling with bears, like real life bears, and like it's nothing. That's not.
I want to do that.
Intense badass, you know what I mean? Like the only thing they could do now is just have their little daughters like wrestling with the bears. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm pretty sure that's coming. Maybe I should accept that.
I want to hug bears. I just want to hug a bear once.
There was a bear. There was a part of the Polish military in World War II. It was crazy. I read up on it. Yeah, like he was fully a part of the military. Like they adopted him during the beginning parts of World War II in Poland, and the man became a part of the platoon. He was drinking beer with them and everything. There's pictures.
Sure, this wasn't something you watched on Crunchyroll because it sounds like an anime.
Nah, bro. On 1,000. Go look it up right now. Polish bear World War II.
Show on HBO with the Magisterium. And Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I mean, the bear to sneak in because they're like, oh, it's just a bear. Leave it alone.
Golden Compass. That's some Golden Compass shit.
Yeah,
I'm about to look this shit up right now.
There's a lot of that back then, like during WW2 and 1, where they would adopt animals overseas.
Yeah.
There was a dog that the Polish military, not the Polish military, the U.S. Army adopted.
If you imagine being in a trench and a bear comes in it,
Hey man, that's
Imagine
warmth
like the
and
Revenant in trench warfare.
Bro, that's
He wasn't there.
literally
He
the
wasn't
first
no
thing that comes up. You type it in Google Polish Bear World War II. That's what comes up.
Wojtek. That sounds better. Yo, he got a beer in his hand.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Man's got a whole beard.
Yeah, it's not that big of a bear, but bears don't got to be big. It's the size of a man. It would mess you up.
Yeah.
Damn, my man's died in the zoo in the United Kingdom. R.I.P.
All right, I need to send you. Just send me that link.
I got you. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
All right.
No, man. But I think we'll get out of here, Joe. It's been
right.
a good week. It's been fun. Thank you.
We need to say a quick RIP. Quick RIPs. We lost William Hurt and Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, left this world this week.
Shout out to Scott Hall, man. He was a founding member of the greatest faction known to wrestling kind, the NWO, baby. Put them up for him. Put the sign up, baby. You got to put it up for him.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Too sweet, baby. Man, safe home, Scott Hall, and who's that? William. What's that?
William Hurt, General Ross.
General Ross from the Hulk movies.
He was Buffalo Butt on Good Times.
Good Times? He was Buffalo Butt?
Yes, he was.
This man said Buffalo Butt. Went from World War II Bears to Buffalo Butt.
Yeah, what was his name? God damn it.
Was a character named Buffalo Butt?
No, I think it was
Bookman.
Buffalo Butt. It was a famous this back in the day.
Good Times. No, I'm sorry, I was wrong. His name was Jimmy Brown. He did die today too. Jimmy Brown.
Oh, that was somebody else. Okay.
I mixed up people. I apologize, Joey LoFaro. Joey LoFaro looks at me like, "Who the hell was this?" Yeah, I apologize. Jimmy Brown, who played Bookman on the Good Time show, died at 84 today. They dying late. I don't understand. We keep doing this memoriam thing for people who die of old age. What are we expecting them to do? I mean,
William Hurt was only 71. Scott Hall was only in his 60s.
Scott Hall
he had like a lot of heart attacks, did he not?
Scott Hall 9 heart attacks.
Yeah, nah. That man was.
Don't get me wrong. Scott Hall lived hard and played hard or whatever. So those were high mileage years. But I wouldn't say
kids don't do drugs.
Yeah,
don't do drugs.
I think if you hit 80, anything over 80 is plus territory.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough, especially when you live in that type of lifestyle.
Well, also considering what people were like living and breathing and drinking, like these kids when they were kids, like lead paint, were normal.
My man's was huffing paint.
Right.
Oh no.
Lead poisoning by the time
they were playing with mercury in the backyard, like dropping it on the ground and watching it shatter, and playing with lawn darts and blowing each other up. So I hear the stories of my parents' generation. Anybody that is of over 60 has lived a different first 30, 40 years than we have.
Kids are soft nowadays. Working with kids are definitely soft.
They soft as baby.
No, yeah, that's definitely different. This is a whole the soft level is
baby powder.
Ridiculous.
For real. A kid would trip and be like, I'm like, bruh, my mom has pushed me downstairs.
I think millennials are all like, we're all so tired and we were all trying to do better so much. We overcompensated, and these new kids are like
baby.
They're not beaten. They're not beaten.
They're spoiled a little bit. I'm about to say they're spoiled. I got beat. I don't have a whole lot of huge mental problems or like that. It was just like, look, I knew I did something wrong. I got beat. All right, cool. Do better next time.
As soon as you got that scold from your mom, she was like, bruh.
And it got to the point where they wouldn't have to touch you. They just look at you.
Yeah,
like, all right, I got you. I'm good.
I don't want to smoke. My mom is only one of 3 people to ever knock me out. And it was because I brought home a 2.8 GPA. Mind you, I was a 3.5 GPA student. I had a concussion because of football, and that's why my GPA was that low. She was like, oh, you want to bring home bad grades? I came out the bathroom, Falcon punch out the cut. I was like, bruh. I woke up on the couch with a bad headache, and she was like, what do you want for dinner? Don't bring home bad grades. All in Spanish, mind you, so it was a lot scarier, too.
You got it off a lot worse than I did.
Yeah, you
doing a lot less than I did.
Well, no, I got a spanking for bringing home bad grades after I took a shower. And it wasn't like an expected spanking. This was one where night was done. It was done. The night was over with. I was like, all right, I'm getting ready to go to bed. And as soon as I got out of the shower, she hit me with a belt, and I was still wet, so it was just the worst. It was all pain. And I'm just like, how the hell? What? Huh? Ooh. And then
I felt the spirit in that moment. Right.
Oh yeah.
So my dad he had a belt for hitting us. Like he didn't wear it ever. It had 3 buckles. That's how you knew it was for beatings. I don't know what dungeon he pulled it out of, but that was that. And then even with my mom,
we're talking about her parents.
She was outnumbered, but she knew how to use that psychological warfare. So it wasn't like physical, but there was a lot of mental
abuse.
Which is, by the way, how you make a relationship work. You don't want to beat her because you get like arrested, but if you can mentally manipulate that person, you own them.
Why does Josh pop in with that?
So your parents are teaching you how to maintain relationships through psychological degradation and abuse.
And this is why our kids are soft now.
My kids never be soft.
They said we're not doing any of that stuff.
Is this why y'all are still working with him?
He pulls that
Blink
out
twice if you're in trouble.
My man Coach Wild.
Wow. Oh man.
My mom would beat me. She'd tell me to go to the room and leave me up there for like 4 hours and think about the ass woman I was gonna get. And then that was so much worse than any of the like beatings I actually got. That's
exactly
anticipation. Yeah.
The anxiety.
That's what I do. Like you gotta keep it in. You call your girlfriend. Listen, we gotta talk, and don't pick up for shit after that.
That's when the Batman voice comes into play.
You can walk around after a beating and be like, as a man, and be like, "Oh, I got my ass whooped, whatever." But like, you can't go around and saying, "Man, she made me think about what I did." Like,
like, damn, you were
thinking. We gotta talk. You would say, "Absolutely, we gotta talk," and don't answer the phone the rest of the day.
We were tortured as children. I just want everyone to know we were tortured and treated very badly as children. But hey, we're well-adjusted adults. You all fight people for a living.
The fear of God was instilled in us, and we're good Samaritans for it.
And it's how we share our love.
Yeah, facts. We punch each other. You know what I'm saying?
So, Planned Parenthood is a sponsor for Bianchi's fight in Miami
on this Saturday. Oh man, we want to wish you the best, Bianchi.
Thank you.
Bring home another belt. Is it for a title this week?
No, it's going for titles. It's just going to be a big opportunity to get noticed. My opponent is a last minute thing that came up, and my opponent's a ex-UFC vet. So I'm expecting some really good solid work, and I'm gonna let everybody know why I deserve to be up there.
There you
knock his ass out.
Knock his ass the fuck out.
I'd like another quick joint like last time. I'm trying to see if I can make a trend of TikTok fights.
Oh, hey, man. Knock him out like Tyson. First round, 30 seconds. Just hit him in the face. That's what I say to people all the time. Oh, man. Where were the other fights at, Joey?
What?
The other fights. Did you have them?
We got
Sergio is the 26th at Thai City or Thai Championship Boxing. That's TCB, aka K-Zilla. That's in Manassas, Virginia. Again, that's the 26th. That's the week after Bianchi. And then 2 weeks after that, I fight on the 2nd for Stellar Fights in Harrington, Delaware. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more up here. You know, the CTE not kicking in like this guy.
Oh man!
We'll have to have you back on to see if you're still as well spoken after the fight.
That's what we're here for. After the fight, I'll get a little brewskis. That's why I might be slurring.
Oh, okay. We would not be drinking.
Nah, we ain't drinking right now, fool. We weight cutting.
You don't drink after the fight neither.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know because I've been trying to keep longevity. You know what I mean? Longevity is chill on alcohol.
Okay. Oh man, but for the Dot Comedy family, I am DJ Marcus for Joey LoFaro, Kandyce August. We will see you next time with more fun and more thrills on the Dot Comedy Podcast.
Peace.
Ooh,
Eventually, now I'm thinking like the mistake I made doesn't hurt, but it's not gonna work because it's really much worse than I thought.
So I just